Got a game for today. Let's see. No, not that one. Clumsy Shumsy by Phoenix Games, of course. I don't really know what to make of this. Oh no! Welcome to another installment of Phoenix Friday. And the latest Friday, the Friday just passed, was Good Friday. But there's nothing good about this Friday. Nothing at all. This Friday's about as good as Friday the 13th, because the game that we're about to play brought on more suffering than you can imagine. Yes, believe it or not, Phoenix Games actually tried to get on the Eyetoy bandwagon. 3 years after there was a bandwagon. Even I can't believe this. For those of you who don't know, the Eyetoy was basically the Nintendo Wii before the Nintendo Wii. The idea was to put yourself into the game by having motion controls. You videoed yourself and you were the center of the attention on the screen. Everything kind of revolved around you and you could hit things away, crush them, punch them, whatever. There was all sorts of mini games capable of this technology, but all it boiled down to was just washing windows. And the main reason for this is that despite the fact that there were many capabilities, the developers for these games just weren't very creative. And by that I mean their idea was basically making a game about washing fucking windows. No, that's not even a joke. That was the game that came with the Eyetoy system. Washing windows. Fucking thrilling. So, anyway, the Eyetoy didn't last very long, but it wasn't considered a complete failure. There were some decent games that came out of it, like Lemmings and a few others. And then there was Clumsy Shumsy. Now, I am going to have to apologise in advance and basically warn you that there is going to be a massive quality dip in this video compared to other videos, at least in the visual department. I had to record this game on a mobile phone camera. Well, 2 mobile phone cameras to be exact. And basically here's why. Okay, so let me explain why this is a bit of a problem. This is my Eyetoy, and it is fully functional and working. And it connects very easily to my PlayStation 2. The problem is that my PlayStation 2 is now supposed to connect to my television set, which it doesn't. Instead it connects to this box thing that's supposed to basically connect multiple devices up to my TV. It currently connects the PlayStation 2, another device, and my VCR all up to the TV. The problem is that now the Eyetoy cannot be read through the TV because of this box. This also means that I cannot record it using the Elgato, because if I do, it's not going to work. So, desperate times call for desperate measures. I was actually a bit concerned that this Eyetoy game wouldn't work at all with the Eyetoy, because let's face it, Phoenix don't exactly have a track record for competence. But believe it or not, this game actually sort of works. In fact, it does work. The problem is, it works a little too well. Any slight movement over the objects that you need to highlight in order to activate them pretty much sets them off. This won't be such a problem, but all of the buttons are basically clusterfucked together, making it fucking impossible to select your option. I couldn't figure out, maybe it was because we were on a big TV in a small room, but somehow I think decreasing the size of the TV would only worsen the problem, because your whole body would then be on the TV. I guess sitting back a little further might have solved it, but then I tried to think, well, how the fuck would I be able to hit this button here? Like, player 1, player 2, it doesn't matter, you're gonna hit player 3 or player 4 no matter what you do. So there's that, and the second thing is that trying to figure out how to play the games is another problem entirely. There is a how to play option, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't really give a shit. I just want to pick these things up and play them. If they're that complicated that you need how to play, then why the fuck do I even bother with a game like this? I mean, this isn't exactly Civilization 5, is it? Unfortunately, they are actually quite easy to pick up. That means I have to play them all in order. Shit. The first game is Delicious Dynamite, which is as stupid as it sounds. I mean, why would you eat fucking dynamite? Even if you are a moronic alien. Well, anyway, the point of this game is to try and get Clumsy Shumsy to eat a certain colour of bomb. That way, when it goes off inside his mouth, it won't blow his head off. That has got to be the dumbest fucking thing I have ever heard in my life, but whatever. I mean, that's like saying that if you paint a bit of C4 green, it's no longer threatening. It is. Fire doesn't give a shit whatever colour it's wrapped up in. Fucking bollocks. Anyway, the control for Clumsy Shumsy is incredibly delayed, and the control for the handle thing is, well, actually not bad, but waving your hand around behind it or whatever you need to do in order to get it to move, whether you want to jerk it off or actually pretend you're cranking it, it's gonna hurt after a while, especially if you're doing it like me and Loz were, sort of cooperatively. Honestly, you just end up committing suicide eventually because you can't take it anymore. Any game that drives you crazy to the point where you end up killing yourself isn't really a good game that I can recommend. Then there's the big journey where two of you are sort of stranded on asteroids, kind of like Dr. Nefarious and Lawrence from Ratchet & Clank 3. And you basically just have to fire at objects as they pass you by. If you hit the objects, then you'll get points. If you hit one of the nuke symbols, you'll get even more points. But after a while, I got so bored that I just gave up on it and just let Loz film it, because it's shit. It is good that there's a two-player game where somebody on either side of the screen can fight the other player, but in all honesty, it's still not any fun. In fact, it's immensely boring and stupid, and I don't like it. It also caused me a great deal of physical pain and caused Loz even more physical pain, because Loz, who was helping me make this episode, actually had muscle pain whilst playing this game, and it pretty much made it even worse. There was also a Pong game which is kind of, well, difficult to play. Mainly because you have to keep swatting your arm up and down. Like all of these games, after a while, you just kind of say, ow, my arm hurts, my wrist aches, I feel like Piers Morgan probably does on a Sunday afternoon. I can't keep playing this because I just don't even want to be alive anymore. And then you just sit out and just let yourself lose because you just don't give a fuck. Any game where your final resolution is just you don't give a shit enough to get physical pain from playing this game, pretty much says this game isn't very good as a whole. Not only that, but playing Pong on an Eyetoy isn't exactly the greatest of ideas. You can actually move your foot right up to the fucking lens and basically turn the game into asshole Pong, because your foot pretty much covers the entire court, so the other player's like beating against a brick wall. In fact, I actually picked up a baseball bat and did it with that, and it did the exact same thing. So yeah, it's fucking shit. There's also a Simon Says style colour matching game as well, but again, it's just really boring and tedious and painful to play. The fact that these games cause physical pain just makes me even less motivated to play them, annoying me with tedium like London Cab Challenge or something like that. At least with that I can say, well, you know, it's not hurting me, but this is. It's hurting the both of us, and it's shit. I spent the best part of half an hour trying to convince myself to keep going and try to convince myself, well, at least one of these is worth playing and, you know, fighting for, but it's not. It really isn't. There isn't a single minigame on this entire disc worth shitting on, so I already hate it. And finally, there's this cooking game, a game where you have to heat up a stove and basically allow or disallow ingredients into the pot. You either bat them away to stop them from entering, or you can basically just let the picky bastard get what he has coming to him. Every time you fail to bat it away, it always says, I don't like it. Like it's Lou from Little Britain. But, or was it Andy? This game's destroyed so many of my brain cells, I honestly cannot remember. I know this doesn't sound very objective or very critical of me, it's just me repeatedly saying that the game's shit. But that's probably because this game is shit. There's nothing really to say. These are just the most base games imaginable. I haven't got anything to criticise. My only big criticism is the fact that the music is so terrible. Not only does it play this god-awful electronic shit that sounds like fucking murder to your ear, but there's also these really weird fucking electronic voices speaking in the background, and I honestly don't have a clue what they're saying. There's one that genuinely sounds like he's saying Chelsea Forest. Is there a forest in Chelsea? I didn't know that. Who knows? Overall, I despise this game. It caused me and Loz physical pain. It was a bitch to record. This video is going to look like shit as a result, and I really don't have anything to say about it. I cannot even treat this as a game. There's nothing that I can say about this that can make this sound remotely analytical or intelligent. There's nothing that I can say because this is not a game that's designed to be analytical or intelligent. It's designed to waste your fucking life, and therefore it's a piece of shit. This game can do one. Fuck this game. On the scale, considering that it bored me, disinterested me, and didn't even challenge me, I think I'm gonna have to put it at the lowest. I mean, yeah, okay, Hercules pissed me off, and this is more of a game, but, you know, at least those didn't cause me physical pain. Well, I guess the flashing images did, but this whole game has caused me fucking pain and Loz pain as well. In fact, you can probably tell as I'm recording this right now that I'm just exasperated beyond all belief. There's nothing that this game has to offer. It's more trouble than it's worth, and I wouldn't really recommend it at all. It's just a piece of irredeemable dog shit that has no place on this planet. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go take out the trash. You fucking game. You brought harm onto me and people who I kinda, sort of, don't really care about. You're gonna pay. Game. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hold on a second. Fucking, this is steel. Yeah. 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 Fucking game. So Loz, I get the feeling that you like this game, do you?